Is it toes though? Can we check for toes?
Two men are in jail this morning, including an up-and-coming
Guys, that could be blood. It could be anything.
Florida rapper. Both men are charged in a double murder.
Christ.
Once you play with Melly, to a certain extent, Melvin just don't like that. Melvin on your ass.
Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. Didn't even mean to shoot him, he just caught me by surprise.
Okay.
So, Mr. Demons, you're facing 2 counts of premeditated murder, and the court does find probable cause. You will be held no bond.
Just days after finishing a documentary to celebrate the success of YNW, 2 of its members were shot to death. This is Jamel Demons, better known by his stage name YNW Melly, and right now, he's being held at Broward County Jail, awaiting a long trial ahead of him. He's potentially facing life in prison, and they want to give him the death penalty for murdering 2 of his close friends in cold blood. If convicted and found guilty, this would go down in history as one of the most malicious acts of a rapper. Born and raised in South Florida, Jamel was raised by his single mother, who gave birth when she was only 14.
Toes when? Give me timer.
years old. He does not know who his father is, although there is a rapper by the name of Dante the Gift who claims to be his dad.
7.
Growing up in poverty, Jamel watched his mother struggle for the basic necessities his whole life. In kindergarten, he would meet Christopher Thomas Jr., who we know as YNW Juvie. They lived in the same area and would become longtime friends. By the time he was 9 years old, he had already put the toy guns down and was playing with the real weapons. And then one day after school, he went to his uncle's house and he found a .22 revolver under the couch. He took it outside and fired it, rendering him unable to hear for over a week. But he liked it. He took it with him that day, and he started carrying it with him everywhere, including school.
I was only in 4th grade, but I took that bitch everywhere. To school, I took that bitch everywhere.
This only got worse when he took to the streets to find purpose. Even though he was already associating himself with the Bloods in the area, he was also finding his passion for music. He listened to Chris Brown and Michael Jackson often, and started telling everyone he wanted to pursue music
658,
seriously.
719.
As early as 2014, he had already been recording songs and uploading them online to SoundCloud and YouTube. With his ability to sing and rap, it was only time before the world acknowledged his potential. He took on the name YNW Melly, with the YNW standing for the Young New Wave. His friends would also adopt and carry the YNW moniker. YNW Melly, Juvie, Sack Chaser, and Bortland would complete the group. But it wasn't an easy path, and it took a few trials and tribulations before anything would change.
Okay. Get your ass 33rd. Matter of fact, a goal line. If your brother run up, that boy gon' get closed.
Well, that sounds like a vine.
On October 19, 2015, around 2 p.m., Melly pulled up near his high school with a semi-automatic weapon. For some unknown reasons, he opened fire at 3 people standing a block away. Although he fled the scene and tried to ditch the weapon, he was later caught and arrested. He was charged with 3 aggravated assaults with a deadly weapon and 1 count of discharging a firearm in public. This was one of the early signs of what he calls his split personalities. 2 people existing within one person, Melly and Melvin.
What?
Being assigned over a year in jail gave him time to think about his future. This is also when he would write down the lyrics for his breakthrough songs.
Wait, what? A year for shooting at people at random? 3 of them? At near school?
To think about his and Melvin. Being assigned over a year in jail gave him time to think about his future. This is also when he would write down the lyrics for his breakthrough songs, Murder on My Mind and Blue Balenciagas. While in jail, he released his first project, Collect Call, which was a collection of songs he had already recorded. But he knew when he was released, his new music would blow up. Over a year later, when his term was done, he immediately got back to work recording everything he had written behind bars. Upon the release of songs like Murder on My Mind and Catching Feelings in 2017, He began to gain a small following that was growing every
Yes, some minors, when it comes to like big crimes, they're tried as fucking adults, even when they're like way younger than 18. What?
day. Murder on My Mind wouldn't initially go viral, but it amassed over 1 million views online, and it started to grow more popular over the coming months. By 2018, YNW Melly was becoming a household name. He had multiple Billboard charting songs and was catching the attention of the whole music industry. Collaborations with musical veterans like Kanye West was making him look like the next big thing. His mixtape I Am You would go certified gold, and Murder on My Mind would go 5 times platinum. Although he was still battling some legal issues for a few marijuana arrests, they would be nothing compared to what was going to happen next.
So what you got tattooed on your face? Tell me about it a little bit.
What? On my face?
Yeah. What's that say above your eyebrow on that side?
I got xQc right here. That's my brother. That's my twin.
Okay.
I got Jubilee.
Juvie?
Brother.
Just a lot of your friends who passed?
Yeah. Nah, them my niggas right there.
Oh, okay.
My brothers right there.
My bad. I wouldn't get none of my friends tattooed on my face until they died.
YNW Melly, Bortland, xQc, and Juvie would all be leaving the studio in Fort Lauderdale around 3 a.m. after recording all night. They would drive together in a Jeep Compass.
Yeah.
Bortland would
658, 718.
drive with xQc in the passenger seat. Behind the driver was Melly, and to his right, Juvie. While driving alongside Interstate 595, they were getting off an exit near Dykes Road when a vehicle pulled alongside them and opened fire on their car. xQc and Juvie were both shot in the head and died before making it to the Memorial Hospital around 4:30 a.m. Melly would take to social media the next day to publicly announce their passing and pay his respects in this post. Over the coming months, Melly would continue touring and releasing new music. Nobody really seemed to question what happened, but while this was happening, the state of Florida was building a case against him and YNW Bortland, stating that their stories didn't match up with what they believed happened. In February of 2019, Melly would turn himself in to law enforcement after finding out they were looking for him. According to the police, the real story went like this.
I'm ready.
The 4 members of YNW left the recording studio and took a different route than what they stated. Police found no evidence of shots fired in the location they said the shooting had occurred, and there were no reports of shots in that area. They uncovered cell phone records they believed to locate them on the west side of town.
Chat, I'm
near
gonna
the
have to go
waste
full screen,
treatment
sorry.
plant. A canine search and forensic evidence showed there was no other vehicles present at the time of the shooting. A shell casing that matched was also found underneath the seat that Melly was allegedly sitting
if you
in,
can have a pet,
leaving the police to
would you
believe
like
that
to have a dolphin or a donkey?
It's a photo of forensic showing a bullet going through the back of the front of the front seat of the car.
Melly and Bortland had some type of motive to murder xQc and Juvie. They claim they shot up the right side of their car to make it appear like a drive-by.
I wish I knew how the
Many
fuck to
theories have
sing,
come
but
up
I-
about why Melly
Where's the yellow bit? Sorry.
Many theories have come up about why Melly and Bortland would have a motive to kill their 2 friends. But with the trial taking over 2 years to begin, we may not have the answers until then. With the same lawyer that got Lil Boozy out of a death penalty case, many people believe that
Yeah, that didn't make sense. So I showed a picture of a bullet going through both headrests of a vehicle, right? The back and the front, right? Which kind of like, if they're in the same car, if they're all in the same car, right? I guess how would that happen? You know, that a bullet goes through both headrests.
Melly will walk due to the lack of evidence. But on the other end, Bortland's father was shot 3 times in a targeted hit that was supposedly revenge for xQc and Juvie.
Because they tried to set it up, right? They did the thing, and then tried to set it up to make it look like it was a drive-by, that the bullets came to the back or whatnot.
Leaving others to believe there may be a lot more to this story that only
That's
time
what they're saying.
will tell.
Interesting. Okay, oh yeah, I'm not speculating. I'm just saying what, guys. I'm literally saying what the documentary said. 'Cause I can't show it. Like, look, it's at the bottom. I'm not gonna fucking like. You can see it. Like, it goes to both headrests. That wouldn't make sense. That was interesting, though.